Granddaddy Winchester still on the shelf. Get it, got it, load it, load it. My daddy 30 loaded with shells. Bitch, you better notice. Get out my yard. Better leave me alone. Better leave me alone. Better know my rights. Better know my rights. Protect my home. Protect my home. Get out my yard. Better leave me alone. Better leave me alone. Better know my rights. Better know my rights. Protect my home. Protect my home. Back in the woods where the moon beams down on the dew, on the grass, on the wood that was left behind.
You know, I really don't want to be doing this. I really don't want to be doing this, but I'm not going to sit back while a bunch of demons feast with selective amnesia. I'm just not going to sit back. You know, what we're talking here is credible threats of violence. We're talking the legality of criminal harassment. We're talking about interstate stalking. We're talking about gang stalking, cyber stalking. And this is exactly how a judge is going to look at this as well. This is how a jury is going to look at this as well. We're talking about a willful, malicious campaign. Gang stalking, coordinated gang stalking. And it's just repeated over and over and over and over and over and over. And then, you know, you're striking people, and there's a whole other group of people that do this. Miraculously, there's a whole other group of people that, you know, they'll strike you and then they'll cry in pain. They're the ones that hit you, and then they're the ones that cry in pain. I don't see how this is any different. I really don't see how this is any different. This is Covert Radio. I just wanted to make a quick video, and it's probably not going to be too quick. I hope it is, because I really don't want to do this. I don't know if my last video regarding True Freeman and the situation that's going on, I don't know if that's been misconstrued, or, you know, you just have so much blind hate for, you know, anybody that doesn't say, "Oh, you're so funny, it's so right." I'm sorry, I can't do that. I just can't look at what you're doing as funny. It's not funny. It's sad. It's completely uncalled for. It's unmerited. It's unwarranted. There has been zero history of any of his actions to be considered credible, because he doesn't leave a 4-block radius. However, there are a bunch of people who have also made threats of violence and, you know, constantly gang stalking, constantly cyber stalking. And they have made credible threats of violence, and they've carried them out and have violated True Freeman's constitutional rights. And I just want to get some things crystal clear. I want to go over my last video, not the video, the comments. I want to answer a couple of your comments. And, you know, I want to make sure I'm understanding what's happening here, because I just made a comment on this video here. Let me find it real quick. See if you guys can see this. So this is D Rizzo, and I'll link his channel down in the description. But this was 6 hours ago, and again, this is like the almost insane. Like, this is the insanity of amnesia, selected amnesia of just. So you only see this, like, you know what I mean? I'm so removed from this that maybe that's what it is. I can see this from an elevated perspective because I am completely removed. I have no allegiance to anyone. And especially, True Freeman, who has in the past doxed me. He has lied about me. He has threatened me. He has, there's nothing he hasn't done to you guys that he hasn't done to me. So I don't know how you've misconstrued that by me stating that the legal and lawful manner that this is going to be handled, or I should say could be handled, is going to see a lot of people waking up very quickly to the legalities of interstate stalking, cyber stalking, and harassment, because the laws have changed since this started. And I found one of the key pinnacle moments that this started going left. But this is 6 hours ago, this comment here. Anyone making excuses for True Freeman, I don't care about none of that. Seems like you care though, bud. I don't know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. Because, looking at your content, I mean, I see how maybe you want to be removed from it, but you're not. I mean, you're a valuable resource for this information because, but okay, let me say this too. I'm not subscribed to a lot of you guys. I don't know, and I don't care. I've always been subscribed to D Rizzo. I don't know why. I forget why, I should say. It's not that I don't know why, and I do enjoy his videos every now and again that I can catch them. But, I see how you're saying you don't care about none of that. I think you do, because you've obviously have taken a stance here that is not neutral. And I challenge anybody to show how my stance is not neutral. Because again, I'm talking specifically about the legalities of what's happening here. And then he goes on to say, if you think trolls are going to jail, fine. I don't care about none of that. I mean, we're talking, trolling is one thing, okay? Haha, let's make a couple comments. Haha, let's, I don't know. Let's order a pizza. Okay, we left Pizzaville about 5 years ago. This is beyond trolling. This is criminal, heinous acts that are a violation of somebody's constitutional rights. When they can't even lay their head down to sleep without waking up the next day wondering who is trying to get him removed from the property, who is trying to get his clients to stop doing business with him, who is slandering him out in his own neighborhood. Somebody had driven God only knows how many miles to be faced with a lunatic. It has to be a lunatic that would go and staple signs about True Freeman. Like, the lunacy. I mean, and here's the beautiful part of all of this. You mean to tell me, and I just covered this in this comment that I made on this video. You mean to tell me that you don't understand that True Freeman, especially while drunk, which is basically every day. I mean, obviously he's an alcoholic, you haven't come to the conclusion that he is mentally unstable with regards to his day-to-day activities, and more than likely the possibility of the instability becoming worse the more he drinks is probable. That's very probable. Maybe you're a saint and you don't know any alcoholics. Maybe you don't know any drug addicts. I don't know what you know. But one thing that is hard for me to believe is that if you know anything about this situation, that you haven't surmised at this point that the guy is not stable. Yet, you continue a multi-year heinous campaign of interstate stalking, criminal acts against his constitutional rights, cyber stalking, physical stalking. I mean, it's all against the law. I don't care about none. Let me be in jail then. Okay, so I mean, again, this is so confusing to me. Are you saying that you are a troll? If you think that trolls are going to jail, fine. I don't care about none of that. I mean, what is the definition of a troll anymore? I mean, because we left the internet world a long time ago. See, and that's the thing about a lot of you people out here. And I'm not going to mention any names. If the shoe fits, wear it. But I genuinely believe that you're too dumb to leave this on the internet. A lot of you were just too stupid to leave this on the internet. You're too dumb. And it surprises me because of all the wrestling fans that are around here. All right, all the wrestling fans. You don't see the correlation here between felony stalking and, two wrestlers going back and forth on the internets. You don't see the correlation here. You don't understand. So, okay, I don't care about none of that. Let me be in jail then. So I don't know, D Rizzo. Maybe you're saying that, okay, I am a troll. I've taken part of this. Okay. I mean, in my mind and the way I understand the new laws, again, even though it can happen just strictly over the internet, normally there has to be some physical interaction for the more severe end of legality to come to the surface. But I don't know what all you've done. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, trolling somebody, having some fun on the internet's one thing. But, surrounding their house with posters or stalking them while they're, while they're running their business with a drone. Like the lunacy. What kind of, again, lunatic does this? What kind of lunatic does this? This is a drone. This is True Freeman. There he is right there. And I don't know what you guys see, what you don't know, okay, I'm just, again, what sparked this video is the amazing amount of data that I came across trying to understand this a little bit more, because I have not been in a loop for so long. And I can't even say I truly understand everything that's happening right now, but everything I do see, I do understand. And I wanted to get a little bit more information. And what I came across was just like mind-blowing to me. Literally mind-blowing. This is True Freeman. That's his trailer, his truck, a bunch of merchandise. Obviously, he does auctions, pallet auctions, something like that. Again, I just don't understand why can't we all be friends? Like, I really don't understand that. And then I know the first thing you're going to say, he threatened me. Did he? Did he threaten you? Who showed up at his house? That's what I'm talking about. These are two different worlds. However, and you just reminded me of something. I have said this for 6 years now. I said the day is coming very soon where both of these worlds are going to collide. And I'm not talking about true Freeman incidents and, real life, cyber stalking and interstate stalking and harassment and felony acts of potential violence, murdering pets, invasions of privacy. I don't, the amount of crime that's so openly bragged about either tells me you're very stupid and naive of what the new laws are, or you don't care, which could be a combination of both. And the only thing I've tried to stress is that if, and let me say that one more time, if True Freeman wanted to start down the road of filing felony harassment, felony stalking charges, felony interstate stalking charges, there is way more than a little bit, way more than beyond a reasonable doubt of evidence that proves that. How complex do you want to get past that? That's all I'm saying. I just don't understand why we can't all get along. I mean, not only with the fact that obviously, he has a way, True Freeman has a lot of ways that he's a hustler. He is a true to form hustler. You don't think he makes money? However, and I have an alcoholic very close to me, when you mix drugs and alcohol in a relationship, you need around $150 to $200 a day so you can eat, so you can have enough alcohol. And I'm sure he drinks higher end stuff. I don't know. I mean, the older you get, you kind of, you get away from the shitty alcohol and the shitty beer. You buy IPA or whatever, the higher end stuff, Doers, whatever. I don't know. But I know for a fact, because of somebody very close to me, when there's a couple involved with alcoholism and drugs, you're talking minimum $100 a day to $200. So that's about $1,000 to $1,400 a week he has to have just to supply alcohol and habits. Because again, I'll say this too, and I'll surmise that you don't think his wife or girlfriend is basically in the same boat with him when it comes to drinking and doing whatever. It's an impossibility that she isn't, because she would not tolerate somebody at his level of alcoholism unless, she was in the same boat, rowing right along with him. So, we're talking about mental illness based probably from addiction. And you people act like you're some genius, like level troll, or like, you're there's a cripple. To me, this is what it's like. There's a kid on two crutches standing on top of a flight of steps. And every day you push him down the steps. Every day for 6 years, you've pushed him down the steps. And he lands flat on his face. He gets hurt and he jumps up because he's little and he has a Napoleon syndrome and a chip on his shoulder. And he has to assert his male dominance and, all the things that are really understandable if you take a second and try to understand them. He gets up, he brushes himself off, puts a Band-Aid on, and hobbles all the way back up that same flight of steps. It might take him all night and all the next morning to get up the flight of steps. But he gets up there. You ain't gonna shut me up. You ain't gonna push me down the steps. You ain't gonna do this. You ain't gonna do that. And then you push him down the steps again. And then he tumbles down the steps. Then he cries. He cries, right?
Please your followers.
How am I trying to please the followers? I'm actually trying to talk to you.
Hold on. I mean, can I talk to you, bro? Can I? Wait.
Yes, I was actually trying to talk to you, brother. It sounds like you're being real, so I'm trying to be real with you.
I'm right now in tears, my nigga. I'm telling you right now. Don't tell me I said something about your daughter that I did. I know you love your daughter, man. Don't do that to me. Because you know I didn't do it. Please, man, if you want to talk to me private, do it, man. Don't say I did something I didn't do, man. I don't have that much hate for you, bro. Please don't do that to me, man. Especially when kids do it. That's what really touches me and hurts me. I'm so serious with you, man. If you can't do that, then you got me. And I'm done. I'll say, don't do that to me, man. I didn't do that to you. You know that, man. Don't do that to me. Don't bring kids and do it. That's what gets me, man. Y'all know. That's it, man. Don't say that, Tommy. If you want to talk to me private, man, I'll give you my private number, man. Don't say I did something I didn't do.
Listen, what I'll do is this. I know you worried about me putting your number out.
Hold on, Tommy. Hold up, Tommy.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Okay, I didn't know. I thought you were finished. My bad. Go ahead.
Hey, man, I'm crying right now.
I know. I thought you had finished. I was trying to get in and talk to you and say, I accept what you're saying.
I didn't do that, man. I wouldn't do that to your daughter, man. Don't do me like that. I'm not that nigga, man. I don't give a fuck how much I don't like you. Don't bring the kids into the lie on me, man. That's man. That's where you got me. Don't do that, man. Don't follow me. All I'm asking you, I don't give a fuck about nothing else. I didn't do what you just said I did. You bring kids in, that makes you look like a kid, man. That fucked me up, man. I didn't do that to you, man. I did. And we can't, I think this fuck. You, I didn't tell me. I'm waiting to keep it there to it, bro. Please don't do that. Because I didn't do what the fuck you said I did, man. I don't do that shit, bro. Real talk, man. Man, fuck it. I said, fuck it. Well, I mean, y'all weird, man. I don't do kids like that to up them in that, man. That's why I'm fucked up like this when I come at y'all.
The belts!
You know I didn't.
Nigga, the belts! This is why I have these belts. I make a grown man cry.
I didn't do your daughter no wrong.
I made a grown
Man cry. I made a grown man cry.
Down on his knees, begging me, please. You listen to Tyra, he crying.
Does that sound like somebody who's stable to you? Does it? I'm not making fun of the situation because I, at that moment, realized that he's unstable, possibly mentally ill, definitely unstable. I realized at that moment. That was 5 years ago. And every day since then, you people have pushed him down the steps, laughed about it. He, as crippled as he is, made it back up the steps. Might have taken him a day or so. Pushed him down again. You laugh about it. What is so fucking funny? And that is not even the first, probably, or the last. I don't think, actually that was the first that I know of, but it definitely was not the last. just like here, he is trying to run a business. And you have a lunatic stalking him. Now, you have to understand what had to happen. This person had to cross, I don't know how many state lines. This person had to either sleep in his vehicle or get a hotel room. This person had to then make sure that he is up prior to True Freeman, because True Freeman gets up early every day that I know of. He had to then stalk and scout the location that True Freeman would have loaded up his truck. He had to watch him load up. He had to scout the location. He had to go to a safe distance, and then he had to get his drone ready and continue the stalking. Like, literally, what level of lunatic does this? You have a little tiny girl there, 8, 9 years old. True Freeman, oh, that's so, why is that so fucking funny? What would have been funny is if he would have hit the drone and then smashed it. That would have been funny. I mean, I don't understand what is the, you're putting people in danger here. He's running a business. He's trying to make money. And you're on a complete lunatic level stalking him with a drone. And this isn't even the first, again, or last time a lunatic has started stalking him with a drone, driving past his house, putting posters up around his house. And not only this lunatic, there are a lot of, well, not maybe several other people who have went to his house, rode around his house, laid on the horn, yelled shit outside, walked down his street, went to his landlord, or whatever they've done. I mean, the level of just felony stalking is all I'm talking about here. And, maybe it's a little different for me. It hits a little differently because I know somebody identical to True Freeman. Size and everything. That's, I think, why I advocate for this to stop. Because it's pretty obvious he's not going to stop. And that's why I asked the question of what's the end game here? What do you get out of this? So he never goes on the internet again. Then what? Where does your life go from here? I mean, is this just a carbon copy of mental illness all the way across the board? Mentally ill, mentally ill, mentally ill, mentally ill. Mentally ill with a drone, mentally ill with a car, mentally ill with a computer, mentally ill with a phone. Mentally ill, mentally ill, mentally ill. And it hits way harder, way different when you understand why somebody like True Freeman does the shit he does, says the shit he does, acts the way he does. I told you in the last video, it's a curse. It's a curse because I do understand. I understand. I wish you did too. I have a little friend, call him Pete. He wore a size 7 shoe. He's 32 years old, 33, something like that. He's about, not kidding you, 5'3", 5'4". He wears a size 6 or 7 shoe. But when he's around us, when he's at a studio or when he's doing something, around us, he has a pair of 12 shoes, and he stuffs the tip of them with socks. And then he puts 2 or 3 pairs of socks on, and then, he rolls with us. And it's, you look at him and, I mean, it's the whole Littlefoots thing all over again. I mean, but I'm not going to keep pushing Pete down a flight of steps every day because he has a Napoleon complex or a inferiority complex, or he wants to be, you know, he wants to be respected. And for some strange reason, True Freeman has been the target for a lot of you out there. And I don't understand what the gain is. What do you gain out of this? Because honestly, watching everything I just watched over the last day or so, gathering this content, I literally feel like I just walked back into the remedial unit 1 at the school. You know, the one room where all the special people go for the whole, 6-7 years of middle school and high school. They only go to the one room. Like, that's what I feel like. The gang's all here. You know what I mean? With all the comments on the last video, you know, SBM, we all we got. You know what I mean? We all we got. Here's what really startled me. I want to show you guys this here. Now you can see, let me make sure you guys can see this. If you look on the right side of the screen, right up here, see that? I am not signed in. This was after all of my cookies were cleared. This is after I cleared all of the, everything, all of the data, all of the back end stuff, all of the cookies, whatever. I cleared everything out, restarted the whole computer, and came to YouTube. And I, as a brand new person, I typed in True Freeman in parentheses. And what I found was mind-blowing because I got tired of scrolling. There's my video there from the other day. And it's just mind-blowing. It's just mind-blowing. Stuff as far as 5, 6 years, 7 years ago. It's all True Freeman. People talking about his house. People, getting FOIA requests for any information they can on him. People, it's beyond stalking. And I don't understand what you gain from hurting somebody who's mentally unstable. I don't understand. Like, this is actually a hate crime. This is actually a hate crime. Because I said, without a doubt, he is a highly targeted individual by this right here. This proves, and it will prove in a court, that he is what's considered a highly targeted individual. And he's a victim of near daily attacks. There are laws to protect people from being targeted like this. There are now laws on the book that protects people like True Freeman from organized gang stalking campaigns, because a lot of you get together. A lot of you go and you think you're hiding and you're not. Especially when you have things like this. Let me load this up for you guys.
This is where we start our point of attack. All right? This is where the attack starts. Right here. Right here. It's very simple, trolls. All right? I mean, this dumbass bitch had the nerve to put her job on her Facebook page. All right? And since Tommy wants to, since Tommy wants to have this shit over and done with, well, what the fuck are we waiting on? What the fuck is Soto Nation waiting on? There's her job right there. There's her job right there. There's her job right there.
Yeah. That today, with the laws that have been enacted today, zero chance of you not getting felony charges. Zero. So I guess it's a stroke of luck that was several years ago than compared to today. But it's the same old gang. It's the same old gang trying to, the wet boys. They're trying to make daddy happy. All they want to do is make daddy happy. Daddy, look at daddy. I'm stalking Drew Freeman for you, daddy. Daddy, I call Donna and I call her, I call her work. I call her everywhere and I call Drew Freeman. I send people to his house. Daddy, you proud of me, daddy?
Hey, daddy. Daddy, I'm stalking Drew Freeman with my drone that my grandmother brought. She bought this for me. It's the XJ17, and I'm still waiting for a couple mods to come so that, I can fly, instead of having to be in the location of 2 blocks, I'll be able to go to about 3.5 to 4 blocks away, daddy. And then, daddy, our footage should be much better. Our footage, and I'll show you more footage, daddy. Daddy, you love me yet? Look at daddy. Daddy, look at. I'm going after Donna again, daddy. Daddy, you understand? Daddy, you love me? I got my new church socks on. I wore them special for you, daddy. Daddy, I love you. Oh, I love you, daddy. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, I love you, daddy. Daddy, looky, Daddy, I made you posters. I made these posters, Daddy. It took me about a day because I had to sit on YouTube and watch all these, videos about Photoshop and all these things. And then I had to buy this program. That's okay, Daddy. I love you. And then I've been here for 3 days straight. I haven't slept at all. I've been drinking Red Bull and coffee and just all kinds of things to keep me loopy, Daddy. That way I can put all these hanger posters around, and I can go to the police, and I can do all kinds of investigative work, Daddy. Hey, Daddy, you love me, Daddy?
Daddy, all right. Daddy, all right. Daddy, I don't care how many times you completely clown me, Daddy. Daddy, in front of the world now, Daddy, you understand? All right, okay. I don't care how many times you embarrass me, Daddy. How many times you embarrass my wife. I don't care, Daddy. All right? Okay. Daddy, I love you. I love you, Daddy. All right? And I mean that. Daddy. From my family's pork chop dinner to yours. Yeah, bitch, get your lips off that pork chop. Get your funky lips off that pork chop. That Tommy pork chop, all right? That Tommy pork chop, he eat first in this house. All right, Daddy? Daddy, you understand? You hear me? You hear me, Daddy? I got that pork chop for you.
But I'm the one that works. I'm the one that bought it. I mean, all you do is sit on the internet all day and smoke weaponized weed that basically is causing more brain damage. I mean, I'm the one that works.
All right. Daddy, I love you. Ignore her, Daddy. Daddy, ignore her. I got this pork chop for you. I ripped it out of her teeth. Now, I got that for you. You come eat dinner. You eat first in this house. All right? I love you, Daddy. Please, Daddy, continue to clown me, Daddy. I have no shame whatsoever. I have no self-respect. I have zero anything except you, Daddy, and the internets and my weed. That's all I have, Daddy. Embarrass me, disregard me, ignore me, disassociate from me with it. Just as long as I cross your mind, Daddy, I'm okay with that. All right? Okay? Because that just makes me love you more, Daddy. That just makes me love you more. Daddy, I'm going to try to take my kids to the amusement park, Daddy. You understand what I'm saying there? You understand? I'm right next to the amusement park with 70s carpet. I'm in some roach-infested crack house hotel, and I need donations, Daddy. I need donations. I'm going to work extra hard for you, Daddy. I promise. As soon as I score this 50, as soon as I'm going to take my kids to the amusement park, Daddy, you understand what I'm saying? You understand? That's, we gonna be on the come up, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? The wet boy mafia, small bus mafia, Daddy. We all we got, you understand? Any two or more persons carrying out a stalking campaign against a free citizen, conspiring to deny that citizen of their legal and or constitutional rights, is a clear felony violation of USC 18 Section 241. And I'll reiterate, if True Freeman wants, he has beyond a reasonable doubt of proof to file felony charges. I'm going to scoot this over. Can you see the scroll bar here? Let me see what you guys can see there. I'm nowhere near. Look, I'm just scrolling and scrolling. And where do you want me to stop? True Freeman's artificial insemination technician gets on his dogs, his house, on his family, his son, his wife, on their jobs, their families. Nothing has been taken off the table. Nothing. And again, I swear to you, I got tired of scrolling. His tax information, his house information. How is not this a coordinated campaign of stalking? How? And I'm about halfway down the list. I'll stop anywhere you want. And it'll be, even looking at this, I promise you from my own personal experience that Tommy Sotomayor at his height of popularity did not have the hits that True Freeman is getting right now. At the height of his popularity. Does not have the amount of hits that Truman has right now. True Freeman. He is a victim of organized gang stalking. And it's beyond clear that it's going on every single day. And, back to D. Rizzo here. Let me see the comment. Let's see here. His post. Let me see. Blow that up for you guys. So anyone making excuses for True Freeman, I don't care about none of that. If you think trolls are going to jail, fine. I don't care about none of that. Let me be in jail then. You're going to go... See, this is what I'm saying. Like, at what point did you decide to leave the internet for real world consequences? At what point? I mean, you walked right off the internet. Not saying you, D. Rizzo, not at all. I'm just, there's people who have been blatantly clear of who they are, what they've done. It's like, they just, I don't understand the stupidity. I don't understand the stupidity. I mean, content is or not. I mean, how did you think taking this off the internet was a good idea? So he goes on to say, if you really believe in him and want all of that to happen, the best thing you can do is donate to him. I don't know. I don't think anybody believes in True Freeman. honest to God, anybody who's paying attention, they have no faith in True Freeman whatsoever. I know I don't. He has shown me repeatedly that he will throw anybody under the bus, no matter if they've given him $10,000 and a free trip to Hawaii. It doesn't matter. If he feels slighted because of his inferiority complex, if he feels slighted or disrespected or people's not paying attention to him enough, which all of that causes this vicious cycle that he's in, nobody believes in him that I know of. Maybe there's a couple people I don't know. I don't know them. I don't know who they are. I know I surely don't. Again, I'll reiterate again. The point of me covering this is just the unbelievable amount of content that is geared towards him every single day, every single day, every single day. And the fact that the laws have changed and that he absolutely could, if he wanted to, file felony harassment charges and stalking charges and felony interstate charges based on everything that's happening to him right now with the threat of him being disarmed, which I am going to play something here. Let me finish this out. He's going to take your money and buy dog food and ninja swords, but somehow that makes sense to y'all. Dude went live to show dog food and weapons. He shouldn't have, but somehow trolls are responsible. You all are really dumb. Now, let me read this again. He's going to take your money and buy dog food and ninja swords, but somehow that makes sense to you. The dude went live to show dog food and weapons he shouldn't have. Okay, I don't know if you mean he shouldn't have went live or he shouldn't have shown dog food and weapons, but either way, he shouldn't have, but somehow trolls are responsible. Somehow trolls are responsible for him showing dog food and weapons. Dude, there's beyond a reasonable doubt that he has to go public to show that he has the ability to protect himself, his wife, his property, his dogs. So, I mean, did trolls make him do this? Essentially, yes. Yes. Nobody held his hand to turn the computer on, but in my mind, I understand why he would do that. And it is absolutely because of the continued stalking and harassment campaign geared against him. Okay, so here's a screenshot here. I don't know what this is, Twitter or something. True Freeman, Tyra Moore threatening to kill IMPD if they show up. And then there's a link here. This man has been threatening to kill people for years. He has a full arsenal of guns, and we have plenty video. IMPD will not do anything. So, see, this is what, again, more evidence. This is laced with calls to action. You're including police by tagging them in this whatever. You're including the mayor of see, this is beyond insanity to me. This is insane. You want conflict. You want conflict here. This is what you want. It's essentially none of your business unless you are on his street like these other people showing up randomly at all hours of the day and night, including Tommy Sotomayor. But you feel in your mind that this guy, has he hurt you so bad that you're crying out for the mayor? You're crying to the police to looky, mayor. Like, why don't you tag the president of the United States next about True Freeman? The fuck is wrong with you people? You've done this. You've pushed somebody mentally ill down the steps every day for 6 years. And then you're crying that he threatens to kill people. You're crying for police and you're crying for the mayor? Oh, boy. Wow. Let me get a little sip here. Yeah, that's good. I made a comment on this video. And let me refresh to see if D. Rizzo has said anything or anybody has something to say. So let me see here. And I'm going to scroll down. I don't see any comments, but I said, so am I to understand none of you realize that he, meaning True Freeman, is more than likely mentally unstable? And I probably should have, I qualified that with alcoholism and being an alcoholic. This never occurred to any of you. Question mark? And I'm talking about the ones who have viciously, repeatedly, and in my opinion, soullessly harassed, stalked, badgered, mocked, and physically tormented him over a several-year period. Here's the funny thing to me. You poke him, you prod him, you harass him, you call him, you go to his house, you do a myriad of things to him in a harassing, threatening manner. You push him and you punch him. Yet, when he lashes out and makes threats, and yes, in an extreme manner, absolutely yes, you scream in pain. You scream for help. You're crying for the police. You're crying for the mayor? What? I cannot wrap my head around this. And maybe I've been out of it for too long. I don't know. Maybe I've been out of it for too long. But we're not only talking people making threats of killing him, killing his wife, killing his dogs. He also mentioned this here, which was around about one of the last people that came to cross interstate lines to stalk him. And I'm only going to play about a minute of this.
Bitch, and jumped in the fucking car and did the bitch. You ran like a bitch, and you and that bitch, and jumped in the fucking car and did. Cool. Don't come back to my crib, bro. You got your, video to get you some donations to pay your light bill, water bill, gas bill. Put some gas in that shitty ass fucking car. You feel what I'm saying? That belong to your girl. Wait till I show your girl that you came up here in her car. Well, you drove her car to motherfucking Fort Wayne, Indiana to pick up a white bitch and jump in her car to come up here and stalk me. The man that you said that you was going to take his booty cheeks, anally rape him. I got every reason to do whatever I need to do if you run up on me because you told me you was going to fuck me in the ass and make me like it. So we good, bro. That's why you ran like a little bitch. Your own live stream shows it. Nigga, I'm disarmed. You came to my crib and then gonna go down the street talking about come to you, come down here. That's some straight shit. You feel me? That's just the first coat, bitch. We about to lay this second coat, bitch. Don't come back to my house, bro. In her car to come up here and stalk me. The man that you said that you was gonna take his booty cheeks, anally rape him. I got every reason to do whatever I need to do if you run up on me because you told me you was gonna fuck me in the ass and make me like it. So we good, bro. That's why you ran like a little bitch.
I mean, is that funny? Is threatening rape like, maybe I don't know. I don't find this funny at all. And I don't know how you don't understand that at all cost, anything done is justified. Not only because Indiana is a castle law state, but, I mean, if you threaten to rape me or one of my family members or one of my daughters, I will absolutely take that as a direct threat and neutralize it. You know, again, that's why I ask. I don't understand what the end game is. Like, what are you bucking for? Like, what is the end game here? Like, or is this just like you're going to wait until he does go insane? I mean, you're trying to, somebody who's mentally unstable, you're trying to show the internet, the 30 or 50 people of the sector that you're tough? Like, I don't. Tough, huh? Okay. Wow. It's good stuff. You know what I mean? It's just sad. It's sad. But yeah. And I mean, we're not even 3/4 yet. And it's just True Freeman. The Black Charger. There's Tommy, True Freeman, more and more. There he is, dressed up like a cop. You know, so here's what I want to understand, and I don't want to make this long. Yeah, we're already at an hour, so let me just check something here. And I have probably 100 videos pulled up, but correct me if I'm wrong. I want to go, and I don't think I'm going to play any of them. Maybe I will if people ask. But there's so many. Here, this is one thing I'd play in court if I was True Freeman. I would definitely use this. If I was the attorney, I would put this in for evidence here.
I promise you that. Jealous ass, bitch ass niggas, man.
It's coming up right here. So here comes a car pulling up, or he hears a car coming down the alley. And he's going to hear it here any second. Let's see here. There, he notices. Okay, immediately.
What's up?
So the reason I would show this is because this is the amount of damage you people have done to him. This is the amount of psychological terror that you've instilled into him. Beyond a reasonable doubt. Without a doubt, he's a highly targeted individual. Without a doubt, he can't even be on his property in an alley working on a client's car without the fear that somebody is going to make good on the threats they've made on the internet. Just like the countless other people who have attempted to make good on threats that they've made on the internet, and they physically cross state lines to show up at his property. So I would imagine that every day that he is in terms exposed, he feels threatened. And you could see the car, hey, what's up, bud? Somebody real nice and going through the alley, that's all. But he at that moment did not know, is this somebody off the internet? So this is what you've done to him. This is proving the victimization here. This is proving the organized gang stalking campaign just a little bit further. So, again, beyond a reasonable doubt, we're talking a hate crime because the guy can't even be on his own property without fear that he's either going to be attacked, shot, hurt, killed, beat up, raped, or worry about the next time that he's, what do they call it, swatted. Which, again, is a question I have here. Maybe somebody can help me out. I want to play another one of your videos here, D. Rizzo, if you don't mind, for a few seconds here.
Let's say the bounty hunters did make a threat while they were there.
So here's my question about the bounty hunters. So the way I understand this, and the reason, again, you see how quickly True Freeman had to rely on deadly force to somewhat feel safe from the deadly threats that people make against him every day, almost on the internet. So, am I to understand that there were bounty hunters, and I'm going to play a few more seconds of this clip. There were bounty hunters, or I should say a bounty hunter that showed up to his front gate. This is the same gate, same fence that I'm not going to name names. This one showed up to, that 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 one walked past, that one filmed, that one drove past, that one drove past. Okay? This is the same exact fence. This is the same fence that the police have come countless times because of false accusations, false swatting attempts, and the police have stormed his house and his property. But True Freeman is supposed to believe that this time it's for real. Is that so? That's what I'm. Is that what I'm understanding here? That the whole thing is a misconception. That there were bounty hunters at the house, but either True Freeman, which you say in this video he wasn't home, and his wife was. Did any of them even believe these are federal these are bounty hunters? Did anybody even believe that? Did Donna believe it? Did True Freeman believe that? And I think that's where a lot of this comes from. And I think that's why he was so verbose with the threats later that day or later in the night once he watched the footage. Come on back, come on back, come on back. Because the question is, did he believe they were actual agents? Or did he believe this was yet another attempt at somebody coming to harm him, his wife, his property, his dogs, based off internet threats that are compiled every day by possibly hundreds? Did he even believe they were real? Is that what led to the threats? Is that what led to the confusion? Is that why he would mistakenly make threats like that if they were actual agents? So hypothetically, and let me play this for a few seconds.
Just entertain that thought that they made a threat while they were at the fence. Video proof shows they didn't come in, they didn't draw guns, they didn't make any aggressive movements. One of them had his arm.
Okay, so I don't know. You can buy that vest anywhere. You can put whatever you want on a shirt, I guess. He doesn't look official whatsoever. This guy does not look official at all. I mean, it makes me suspicious. Is this legit? But go ahead.
On the fence, and they were talking to Donna the entire time. She stood back about 4 or 5 feet with her arms crossed, talking. Looked like just normal back and forth. But let's say there was a threat in there. Tyra wasn't there to hear it. Tyra has no idea what they really said. Whatever Donna told him that they said is what Donna told him.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's hearsay. But I'm positive that if this does go to court, she will be there. She can say exactly what she was told. So it doesn't matter what True Freeman says he was told, or because it's all hearsay. They're going to call her, or their attorneys are going to make her testify. I'm saying True Freeman's own and Donna's attorneys are going to call her to the stand to testify what threats were made, what these agents said. Because without video proof from anyone, it really is her word against his word. So here's the second question. Okay, so this went down. That's the only guy. He looks shady, doesn't look official whatsoever. God only knows what was said. And let's just say that this was not for any other reason other than to, I guess, Helen Moore, whoever that is, his mom. I don't know. See, I swear to God, I don't know. I don't know as much as I think you guys think I do. I don't know. I'm trying to understand this. But from what I've heard, they're looking for his mother, and he has told them repeatedly she does not live there. There may be mail that shows up or whatever. They have no surveillance. And see, that's what bounty catchers are paid to do, essentially. That's what their part of their job is surveillance. So they look at everybody that's on the bond. Okay, this address, let's watch this for a few hours or a day or two. Let's have some people go past there and see. Let's watch this house. Let's watch that house. I obviously there's no, from what I could tell, and not, based on what True Freeman has said, there's been no surveillance. They just show up. So here's the question. Was this swatting attempt, again, another swatting attempt based from people who are online? Did they make a false report stating that this woman, Helen Moore, is at that address, which is his house? So is that where, was this a tip? This is another tip from one of you lunatics?
Let's do this, guys. Hey, we're going to go ahead and we're going to call, I have the bell bondsman right here. Through a Freedom of Information Act, I was able to get, Daddy, can you hear me, Daddy? Daddy, you still like what I'm doing? Daddy, Daddy? Okay, it don't matter. From the Freedom of Information Act, I was able to gather that this is the bail bondsman, this is the dates, and this is this and this and that. So essentially, all I have to do is I have to call and put on my very professional voice, and then I will simply say that, yes, this fugitive from law that you're looking for, I know exactly what the address is. I know where she's at right now. I just delivered a pizza there. So there she is. She's there. You gentlemen, please get ready. Put on your dung rings and your flashy leather with your bulletproof vest. Put it all on, and I'll have my drone in the air taking all of the footage. Was this a tip? A fake tip? Just again, another invasion of his privacy, another false invasion of his property, another terroristic threat being made, basically, another violation of his constitutional rights by somebody making up fake information again? Is that where this all stems from? And the reason I ask that is because of this right here. So let me take a look at something. Because True Freeman says some interesting things here. I don't think there's no real video. Just let me play something for you guys real quick.
Violate me now. Castle doctor says I got a right to go to a judge to get a warrant. You go to a judge to get a warrant, then I'm a lean back and we'll do the rocking with it. Don't come with a warrant and jump over the gate and watch what happens. Watch what the fuck happens. I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm live right now. Pull the fuck back up right now. Don't pull up to my house while I'm not here. Whoever the fuck it is y'all looking for, don't live here. You're not going to keep violating me for 6 years now.
So he clearly is alluding to the fact that this has been perpetually going on for 6 years. At what point is this a violation of his constitutional rights? So this could be brought up in a court, possibly in front of a jury. And through discovery, I know one thing I would want to know is, why did you show up at my house? And it's going to be very interesting to see what the answer is, because something tells me that one of you lunatics has made a false accusation. Again, in complete violation, federal violation of his rights. For fun, for whatever reason you're doing this for. For daddy. Because if this has really been going on for 6 years, like True Freeman just said, and they've been constantly sweeping up to his house for 6 years, looking for the same person that has not been there for 6 years, at what point does a judge say, what are you doing to this guy? I mean, this isn't Soviet Russia yet. This isn't communist China yet. This guy has rights. That's unlawful search and seizure. But until they can show the surveillance footage that they have from a week ago or 2 days prior to this day, showing here she is, this woman we've been looking for 6 years, here she is walking in and out, in and out, in and out. Oh, okay, good. There's your proof. There's the hammer. Drop it. He's made threats. He was intoxicated. Obviously, he's drunk again. In this video that I'm playing right now, obviously he's drunk. You can hear it. But I don't think that's the case. My gut tells me that this is another troll-induced violation of his right.
Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm about done. Let's get it right now live on air so the world can see. Pull the fuck back up. In my surveillance system, hella cameras is recording. So don't let them tell y'all that this nigga was killed because he done this and that, and there's no video or audio. All my cameras is audio. All my cameras is video. We got 36. Pull up. No, wait. I'm going to stay live now. I left what I was doing. I was actually working. I worked any time of the day. My wife called me and tell me bounty hunters just left my house. Nigga, you got me fucked up, nigga. For what? Who you looking for? They don't live here. You know they don't live here.
And they know she doesn't live there for 6 years. And I want to see the proof you have to violate my property and my rights again. Show me the proof. And then they're going to say, oh, well, we were acting on a random tip, or this number called on this day from this, that. And, you know, we've already subpoenaed all the cell data, and this number from this day, from this location, this is who called. This is who gave us the anonymous tip. And I mean, clearly he's intoxicated. Listen, why don't one of you lunatics go to your local bar and start fucking with drunk people? Why don't you do that? Why don't you go to a bar, pick somebody, and start fucking harassing them for 6 years straight? Why don't you do that? Oh, yeah, I know why. And I mean, these are just, I'm not even going to read the titles here of some of the, like, look at this.
But all y'all motherfuckers saying y'all rock with me and support me, man, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass.
Yeah, I'm just sharing right.
You feel what I'm saying? For real talk, man. I ain't benefiting shit off this bullshit anyway. It's just more drama that comes to me and my motherfucking family and my motherfucking household. But you know what I find out? That all you motherfuckers.
A Craigslist ad. Somebody selling a fake ad. Just like Chuck Dow used to do. Chuck Dow, you did, daddy. Daddy, I done did this, daddy. I put an ad on Craigslist that said there's a moving sale and you can just walk in the house and get whatever you want. Daddy, you like that, daddy? Daddy, they can go in.
Oh.
Daddy, they can go in, they can get whatever they want. Just walk right in. The door is unlocked. If it's still in the house, then they can get it, and they can get it, and you tell them Chucky motherfucking sent you. Daddy, you like my voice, Daddy? Daddy, I'm gonna whisper this in your ear, Daddy. Oh, I can't wait next time I'm next to you, and I get to whisper in your Daddy. Tell me you love me, Daddy. Daddy, you approve yet? Daddy, you approve yet? Yeah, I put the general public at odds. I don't give a fuck who dies. Because I just let innocent people walk into a maniac's house, and I know he's a maniac, but I still did it anyway, because I'm a soulless motherfucking demon. I can grind my voice too. What is you, Chucky 5'2"? You wear a size 9 shoe, smoking that crack raw, huh? Yeah. In love with Daddy, and Daddy say my name, Daddy. Daddy say my name. Why don't you all say each other's names? Why don't you do that? Well, see, that's how you know he's another one. Because little men grind their fucking voice box out of their throats. They grind their voices because they want to seem like they're big. They want to seem like they're tough. Every time they get on the motherfucking microphone on the internet, they talk like they just got out of doing 30 years strong. You're a fucking pussy. Because you won't step to somebody in real life. Why don't you put Craigslist ads up for a neighbor and watch people walk in and out of their house? And you know what? If karma's real, I really genuinely hope that you fall victim to somebody's fake Craigslist ad. Like, working on the farm, boy, working on the farm. $18 an hour to pick strawberries. You'll never be seen again, boy. That's a real story. Somebody did that. But that's a surefire way you can tell that him's just a widow guy. Him's just a widow one. Because they grind their voice box. Alex Jones does it, who's a whopping 5'5", 4'5", or 5'4", something like that. Freeman. One person told him he sounded like DMX in 92, and he's never got off it. You look like DMX, dude. And it just dented his brain so hard, he started molding his entire persona after DMX. Church socks. Grinding his voice box out. That's always a pure sign. But here's just another example. I have all the Craigslist ads. I have it all. This is just one more example where they're trying to impede his property. This is a violation again of his constitutional rights. Very, very simple stuff here, guys. There's nothing complex here. So I don't understand why you think that you're seeing something that average people aren't going to see. And here's the beautiful part about this. If this does go to trial or there is a jury, I can't stress enough. What do you think an average soccer mom is going to say? They're going to be horrified at what's happened to True Freeman. You know, here's another video, and I'm not going to get all into this, but like, I don't know who do you think you are? I mean, is this just a bunch of lunatics fighting each other until somebody literally dies? Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm still observing it, and I'm still going to give you my honest opinion on this. But like, at what point do you feel like you can cross state lines to stalk and harass somebody and then get a drone and drop payloads of whatever into their property, in which you may have potentially killed one of his dogs? And you even mentioned this in this video. So Tyra thinks I will allow him, you're going to allow a free citizen to plant a garden. So Tyra just thinks I will allow him to grow. Like, do you understand how psychotic this is going to appear to a judge or a jury? He must be out of his rabbit ass mind. You don't know the English language too good, do you? Nah, I don't think you do. So how does Captain Planet stop his green thumb? With this. Dollar store items, a toxic poison that has long been off the market because of cancer. I don't know, with spray bottles or some kind of bottles. These are bottles. There's palm olive or something in that. Don't know.
What's going on, guys? It's Super.
Yes. Super duper. Yes.
What I experienced, I'll never forget. Shout out to Burger Boy. Some Burger Boy.
I want to hear it again.
What's going on, guys? It's Super. Call me psychotic, whatever. Listen to some Burger Boy. What I experienced, I'll never forget. Shout out to Burger Boy. I guarantee this shit was fucking real. 99%, 0.9%, that shit. So what we're doing here, guys, there's this thing called plausible deniability. I know you nignogs have the education of a monkey, but if you look that up, you'll know what I mean.
So nobody knows what plausible deniability is?
Plausible deniability, people, in what? Well, there is a certain man who wants to make it's a Matchbox. Then I got Dollar Tree, man. Fucking Dollar Tree. They got fucking Matchbox and Hot Wheels now. What the fuck?
You geeked over toy cars? All right.
Alright, so there's this thing called plausible deniability. Now there's a certain crackhead, I believe it's crackhead, that wants to start he wants to start one of those, okay? So I want to aid him. I want to aid him and I want to help him make this. So this stuff is called Roundup, okay? Okay, we got Roundup here.
Yeah, I can't play this. I mean, basically, it's I don't know. Let a jury decide with this. With plausible deniability, let them decide that. After one of his dogs has been poisoned, just mysteriously wound up dead. And what is that, bait? Is this bait over here? A cupcake or something? And God only knows what's in here. And you got poison here. God only knows. And then you're talking about how to make a mechanism to drop more payloads. And this isn't the first time that you've done this. I mean, there's videos of you dropping toothpaste or something. Right here, you have payloads that you've dropped at minimum 1 to 2 other times.
Give Tyra some lotion. I got this from Dollar Tree. Surprising they sell Suave. You know, because he's got ashy hands, so I want to help him out.
I told him, fly that drone on my shit again, because he was...
Make it hard to breathe with this butt smell, motherfucker. You can call me nut legs or nut well. Oh my God. In the wheelchair,
turning this down.
To make it seem important, I send pieces to your house.
So he is flying a drone. dropping whatever. It looks like the payload's been dropped.
Thank you. And if y'all would like to donate, my Cash App and PayPal are in the chat.
Oh, and that bitch ass nigga did drop some lotion. It landed on the table where I had some wood on my table. It landed on my table. I seen it yesterday. That's all right. Anyway, so you can address that if you want to. They're just stating the motherfucking obvious. That's just stating that, okay, we got a beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, whatever. I don't understand. I would love to see how this looks in court. And again, that's not my decision. I'm just telling you, I would love to see what that would look like in court. But it's not my decision. And whatever True Freeman does, he does. But all of you are probably right? He's just going to pack up. He's going to shut the internet off, and he's going to disarm or voluntarily disarm himself, or he's going to get back so far in the corner that he's not going to have any options whatsoever, right? Okay, maybe. And then your wettest dreams can come true. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand at all. And I mean, I have literally probably 50 videos pulled up of just, and it's not only him. It's 5, 8, 10 other people that are on this joint campaign. And it's sad. And I really, in my heart, just wish, like, I don't know why people can't be like strong and get along. Is this all for daddy? Because it seems like it is. Isn't that odd?
Nigga, I'm here. Where's your guns at? TV on up in your house, nigga? You think it's a fucking game? Come outside, nigga. There you go. There he is. There he is. Come on, bring the gun out, nigga. Y'all saw him. He came on out.
Officer Decker.
So let's go. We got what I got what I came for.
So can you explain that? I don't know who this guy is, but John Blaze or something. So you just said you came or you got what you came for. What is that, sir? Like what did you get? You got what you came for, Johnny Blaze in this video here. You got what you came for. What did you get? Well, I drove 10 hours and crossed 3 state lines, and I spent literally a minute. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. What did you get out of this? Let's just take a look at this, and then we're going to wrap this up. You are proving True Freeman's case for him. You will be charged with felony stalking. Let me refresh this just to see if there's any more comments here. This is the last video where I initially covered this. Let's see here. "30 comments. We'll go to newest first. And let me scroll these over so you guys can see them. Let's see here. Your plan for world domination has taken a detour with with laughy faces. I mean, what does that mean? I don't understand. My plan for world domination has taken a detour. I don't know what that means. I don't know. And I know that, you know, how's Tommy's plan for world domination? How's that? How's the circus? You know, I know that Tommy's an innovator. I know that my words live on in infamy on the internet. And I've always said that one day Tommy's going to live knowing that he will become part of case law forever. He'll be in the law books forever. Or he'll be referenced or mentioned in case law. I've said that for 6 years now, and I still mean that. I mean, he's gotten away with a lot of stuff. He's not gotten away with a lot of stuff. He's putting bounties out on people. You know, there's tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of data and information on Covert Radio that's irrefutable, because 99.9% of it is his own words and or the actual receipts. I mean, it's one of the most thorough, documented archives available. And it's all backed up. It's all on the servers, and not just on YouTube. But here's what blows my mind a little bit, because, you know, Tommy would talk a lot about the endless fatherless American money. That is long dried up. He's always had, and I know the last stat, which wasn't that long ago, was around a 94% male audience, young male. 94% all male audience, young male audience. And he somehow was able to, migrate all of those views over to OnlyFans. And maybe I just have a misconception of what OnlyFans is. I always assumed that it was for watching girls and guys get naked. I don't know. Again, I'm not saying any of this is true. I don't know this. I've been told a lot of different things. But, Tommy is a performer, and he performed nightly on his shows on YouTube and whatever. And I'm sure those have continued on OnlyFans, except I've heard there's a few different special shows that are, again, I don't know if this is true or not. I heard that Tommy has a special every week or two. It's like once or twice a month. On Wednesdays, he has Tidy I Loves Whitey Wednesdays, and some people call it Tidy Whitey Wednesday. And again, I'm not saying any of this is true. This is what I've been told. This is what I've heard. I know Tommy's an innovator. I know that he will always find a way to milk money out of people. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying any of this is true. This is what I've been told. I don't have an OnlyFans account, but Tidy Whitey Wednesday is it's a live stream. It's a mail haul, and every Wednesday once a Wednesday a month or something, Tommy opens padded envelopes where his fan base has submitted underwears for him to model and wear, and some are G-strings, some are the newest Calvin Kleins, and some are just straight up the dun-ta-duns from Walmart and Kmart. But either way, he goes through them, and one pair at a time, he puts them on. And I know a popular request, I've been told, I don't know if this is true, I'm not saying it's true, but I've heard a popular request is that, now it's time, while you're modeling these underwears, for him to recite scenes from Mommy Dearest. And, no wire hangers and, stuff like that, and real messy makeup, and, remakes of Joan Crawford. And so that's once a Wednesday a month, or maybe, I don't know, a week. Sure, he makes a lot of money. It's, again, it's something that he can proudly say he invented. He's always been innovative with stuff like that. I've also heard, again, not saying it's true, but I've heard he also has OnlyFans Fritos Friday. And I mean, this is innovative. If it's true, he has like an old pickle jar, and he has a bearskin rug. It's furry. Somebody sent to him. It's dirty, but it's furry. And he goes to Costco and gets the big family-sized bag of Fritos, and then he dumps them out all over the bare carpet. And with his grippers, he picks up individual Fritos one at a time. And then, like, you know, he scoots over and raises up and he, like, kerplunk, you know what I mean, right down in the glass jar. He drops individual Fritos with his butt cheeks. I mean, this is not, I don't know. I'm not saying this is true. It's innovative and it's creative. And I'm sure there's a lot of money to make, maybe $20-$30 for a bag of family size. And I mean, those are if you get them in the jar. You know, it's like boom, 10 cents. Kerplunk, 10 cents. Clink, 10 cents. Kerplanker, 10 cents. You know, so that adds up. I've been told that while he's doing this, it's popular for him to recite scenes from the movie Boys Don't Cry. So that's great, you know, and I don't know. So I wonder if Tommy's plans for world domination have taken a detour or not. I mean, he seems like he's on path. If any of that's true, I don't know. Buff Kobe says, you know, just repeating what I said, Arnold 6'2", just like Loy. I started bodybuilding because I was bullied. Maybe that's why I'm not. I did say something about Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, you know, maybe he was bullied. I know he still to this day, to me, has a speech impediment, but Buff Kobe's funny. You know how many jobs Buff Kobe lost because they were jealous of his abs? Look at them pectoral muscles. You understand? Look at them pectorals. People were jealous of him because of his size. Buff Kobe's massive, it looks like. Ados Guy says, I hope Vic Greg, D Rizzo, Colorful Me, Princess X, Lady Steel, they all go to jail for felony stalking. I don't know any of these people except one or two. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what they do. I don't know anything about them. So if that's, if all these people are involved, I mean, it's sad. It really is sad. And I mean, if you're either ignorant or you're blind to the damage you've done and to the legalities involved here. Bank Money or something says you so wrong about this. Tommy would have a case against him too. You always have been wrong. Now I know you're crazy. Yeah, I've always been wrong about Tommy. I know, you're right. I've been wrong. That's not his voice saying those exact same things you said he said, Covert Radio. That's just plain wrong. You're always wrong. Yeah, no, those recordings, those aren't him. He has a twin. That's his twin. That's not him saying that stuff. And, you know, just because there's no laws to enact of all the crimes he committed, RICO laws could have stuck from YouTube for allowing him to run a criminal organization and fund it from YouTube on a free platform. That's all make-believe. You're so wrong about anything with Tommy. You can't mention one thing. You can't give me an example of one. It's anything. Stick to what you're good at. You have no clue what you're talking about. I'm embarrassed for you now. Let's see here. You might be the only person on True's side. True's been on YouTube for years. Oh, here we go. You know, I'm going to hit you, and then when you threaten me, I'm going to cry in pain. I know, you're right. True Freeman brought all of this on. He's invited, and he went and he paid for bus tickets for people to come stalk him. He challenged people. Go ahead. I want my wife to lose her job and all her benefits and pension. Yeah, do it. Like, come on, man. It's sad. And I'm not on True Freeman's side. I said this. He's not on my side. I mean, the guy's doxed me. He's thrown me under the bus I don't know how many fucking times. I'm not on his side. You can't trust True Freeman. If anything, I've proven that. All I'm telling you is, from the perspective of the law, this is what could happen. That's all. Sin Sinner, who got the keys to my Beamer? Bro, you... all right. bro, you always love to bet on the wrong horse. How's that lawsuit with Wingard going? Is Yvonne still alive? I don't know. I've not talked to Yvonne. I'm sure she's still alive. I'm sure she's still around. The lawsuit with Wingard, I don't know. You tell me. Because I'll tell you what, right now, listen, try that today, dude. Try it today. Do exactly what Yins did to Chiquita Wingard. Do that today and watch how fast, how lightning fast. I mean, see, this is again the amnesia. Here's the amnesia that, you know, for some strange reason, you guys can't remember how it went down. But you remember this, though, right, Vic? You remember this part, right?
This is where we start our point of attack. All right? This is where the attack starts, right here. Right here. It's very simple, trolls. All right? I mean, this dumbass bitch had the nerve to put her job on her Facebook page. All right?
So you're either talking about True Freeman's wife, which I have the video. I can go grab it right now, but I have all the screenshots. I have all the videos. You're either talking about her or you're talking about Chiquita Wingard, which absolutely 100% you've cyber stalked her, you and your horde of Soto Nation and whatever. Again, all the screenshots, all the recordings, all in her attorney's hands. And irregardless of the laws 5-6 years later, today, I would love for you to try that shit today because the laws are way different landscape. But again, this is like, see, what this is like, let me think how I can say this. This is, imagine, you know, I can continuously say if we're in court and everything has been lining up beyond a reasonable doubt, okay? If you can't understand that, maybe you can understand this. Imagine if I had a pet fly and I set him down right here and I say, you're going to be dead in about 4 days, but let me explain something to you, okay? He's my little pet fly. I named him Frank. Okay, Frank, listen. Before you die in 4 days, I'm going to send you to outer space. But here's what happens. I want you to imagine hypersonic flight. We're going to launch into low orbit space. And I know you don't know what space is or orbit or hypersonic or hyper or sonic or imagination. I know you don't know what any of that is, and your little fly brain can't conceive any of it. But we're going to go to space, and then beyond that, though, Frank, I have to get you a custom designed, oxygen compressed, communication laden spacesuit built for you, Frank. A little custom fly spacesuit, because when we're floating weightlessly, 50, 80, 100 miles above the Earth in the vast expanse of space, you got to have oxygen. You got to be warm. You got to have a lot of different things going on. We got to be able to talk to each other. We're in a vacuum, okay? So sound doesn't carry. So and I know you don't even understand what a vacuum is or space or weightless. You don't understand any of this with your little fly pea brain, but I'm still going to explain it to you. So that's almost what I feel like, because what you're doing, Vic, is you're just using this technique of whatever, amnesia, whatever sounds cool, I guess. Like, oh, yeah, dude, how's the lawsuit with why don't you call her attorney? Call her attorney and ask him her outcome from the company that fired her. I mean, more than likely, and the last numbers I had, she's pretty well off, because she is a minority who was suffered at the hands of a hate crime and cyber stalking, all of which did have penalties, but the major amount of damage was monetary. So why don't you call her attorney or have somebody file a FOIA request and try to get that information? So don't ask me how the lawsuit is. You ask her attorney. I'm not her attorney. So yeah, and I'm not betting on any horse. I am betting on the fact that if True Freeman wants to file a lawsuit for federal stalking, federal felony interstate stalking, and just really cyber stalking, harassment, and violations left, right, left, right, up, down of his constitutional rights, yes, I bet that absolutely he can bring this case to court. I do bet on that horse. Do I bet on True Freeman to actually carry through with this? Not really. Not really. It would be interesting. It would be interesting. And if I'm not gonna get into it. Nino Brown, I'm listening to here, let's see what this reply is. LMFAMO. That's so funny. What is LMFMAO? That really got you in the funnies, didn't it, Jackal's Lair? What a dangerous name. Oh my goodness. That's an LFMAO. I'm listening to this, and Littlefoot's is his own worst enemy. True. All of his problems he has now is his own fault. I don't know about that. From him going in on Tommy and his family, the threats towards him. See, again, we're not going to go down the road of selective amnesia. I have the whole train wreck. Okay, I have it. And that one video I played a while ago in the beginning of this video with the breakdown of, I didn't do what you said. I mean, at that moment is when the angels sung to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, this dude's mental. I mean, again, I'm not saying it's perpetual, but it could be based strictly from alcohol. Either way, I knew right then and there to put on the brakes and start hitting in reverse. I've even made I've made comparisons to that exact same thing before, and I've said this in a video 5 years ago. I said dealing with True Freeman is this. True Freeman totals his car. I live at the end of a road that splits off into a Y. I've told him 1,000 times, do not go down the right side of the fork in the road. You got to go left. Fuck you. I'm going to do what I want. Fuck this. Fuck them. Fuck everyone. And goes ripping out of my house down the right side of the road. Rex flips his car, totals it, comes crawling down the road. 2 days later, he's laying in a bloody stump knocking on my door. Bro, can you help me, dude? Can we do this, bro? I need this. Okay. Here's some Band-Aids. Here's something to drink. Got something to eat. You good? Yeah. Strong again? Yeah. Do not go down the right fork. Stay to the left. Man, fuck you. Fuck this. Fuck. Down the right side. Flips his. Do you know how many times I've dealt with this with him? Okay, maybe you do. I do. I don't have selective amnesia. So, yeah, you're partially right here, but all of his problems he has now are not his fault. That's like telling a kid who can't pass 10th grade because he can't understand mathematics, even the most general form of mathematics, that it's his fault that he can't get out of. No. True Freeman needs help in several different ways. And it astounds me that more of you don't recognize that and just leave him the fuck alone. Just leave him alone. But you won't. And I don't know what you gain from pushing somebody that's crippled down a flight of steps. I don't know. It genuinely makes me sad Because at the end of the day, outside of the internet and daddy and your heroes and everything else, I don't know, whatever demon symphony you guys listen to, at the end of the day, True Freeman is a hardworking guy. He knows what he knows. Yeah, he got some addictions. He might have some, problems with stability and clarity. He's had a rough history. He's been, in and out of boys' homes. He's had a rough fucking life. You know what I mean? A lot of us had a rough life. And he doesn't know how to quit. He doesn't know how to stop. And he won't. There's a since it's Halloween, and I'm not going to read down through these. I love you guys. I didn't have time to comment back. Let me just scan these real quick. Sunshine, haven't seen you in a while, Kelly. Clone 87, nothing will come out of this. It kind of, hold on one sec. Let me read that. Okay, he's the scapegoat. Internet stalking and harassment would have got him during the Soto years. It didn't. No. See, a lot of you guys that are talking about, oh, Tommy. Listen to me. As unbelievable as you think this is, the laws did not exist then like they do now. That's what I tried to tell you in the last video. The law is different now. These laws didn't exist then that are available now. So you can say it's two different scenarios. And I'm not talking about your feelings, okay? I'm talking about the law. True Freeman, number one, and this is the end of the fucking argument, just this alone. True Freeman is not a public figure. Tommy Sotomayor is a public figure. Tommy Sotomayor has been a public figure since this all started. We didn't make him a public figure. He already had a Wikipedia page. He already had an IMDb listing. He was already well known in several communities. He's already had, national, international coverage, DJ Vlad and things like that. So he was a public figure already. True Freeman is not now and never has been a public figure. So with regards to that, there are two different levels of law. People like Tommy Sotomayor are kind of at a disadvantage. Not kind of, they are at a disadvantage when it comes to protection from stalking, protection from, privacy. Those don't really exist. Why do you think there's songs about paparazzi? Why do you think every few months there's some paparazzi getting punched in the face by an actor who has finally snapped? Then the law comes into play. Only then, once there's a physical altercation. Somebody like Tom Cruise cannot call the mayor of Indiana or the IMDb because he's in Indiana shooting a movie and some people follow him around and try to get his picture and stuff. He has no protection. He has to hire private security. He has to have bodyguards. There's no laws that really protect that on a general basis because he's a public figure. So all this shit you guys are talking about, it would be different if it was Tom. No, it wouldn't. Because the laws don't apply to Tommy like they do a private citizen. They don't now, and they didn't then. When you're a public figure, you are held to a higher level of public scrutiny. Meaning everything you do is under a microscope. And it's up for critique. I'll say this again. Everything I've dealt with Tommy Sotomayor was public. Public. Based off of what he's done, what he has said in the public, what he's published publicly. I didn't stalk him. I didn't go to his house. I didn't fucking put, like, come on, man. If you don't see the difference, you're blind. And it's just a waste of time. It's the fly in the spacesuit. I'm not explaining it to you. But yeah, it's nice to see a lot of you guys here. I just want to say this last thing. He's not going to stop. And it saddens me that there aren't more men around here that can recognize the guy needs some help. And, you know, you're gaining nothing. That's why I'm curious what Johnny Blaze gained. What did you actually gain, sir? Like, I don't understand. What did you gain? Ego? Like, ego for what? From who? Who in their right mind would respect somebody pummeling True Freeman? 5 foot nothing, 100 and nothing, constantly drunk. Yes, he has a very loud mouth, but it's because of his condition, his inferiority complex, his Napoleon syndrome. But at the end of the day, I genuinely believe that he would be friends with a lot of you guys if it was not Tommy or the internet. When it came to fixing cars, doing auto body, hustling, you know, fixing stuff up, whatever, and sit here and laugh and pull up your video. Oh, now right here, this shows a bathroom. Now in this bathroom, if you look in quadrant 1-7, right there, I believe that I spy a piece of black mold. Now, anybody in their right mind who says they're a handyman, they would know that you need a non-porous cover. Do you even fucking know how expensive any of this is? Let alone what it takes to do it or when, or like, it's just shut the fuck up. The fuck do you know? Show everybody what you know. True Freeman has showed you what he knows. Just shut the fuck up. But he's never going to stop. Since it's Halloween, there's a thing, a show called Tales from the Crypt from the 80s and 90s. And one of the episodes, I think it was in season 2, it was called Counting Cards. And it really does remind me of this scenario. It was 2 little guys. They wore big 10-gallon hats, cowboy boots. They were gamblers, and everybody knew who they was. Everybody knew when they was in town, you know, the big gamblers, the big games. You know, they were these bigger than life characters, and their egos and their you know, their attitude, everything preceded them. Everybody heard of, you know, blah 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 blah. They heard about me as far west. You know, like, so they're big gamblers, whatever. They meet in the same town. They're in the same town now. And that ain't going to happen. We got the 2 biggest dogs on the street, and they're going to fight. That's what happened in this episode. So they started off with, I'll make you a bet, Reno. If I win this, you got to leave town forever. I don't ever want to see your face again. All right, if I win, then you got to, you know. So they started like that. Then it wasn't good enough. So then they played Russian roulette. Then it wasn't good enough. Neither one of them blew their heads off. Then they tried this. Then they tried that. Then they went to this gamble. Then that. They just kept upping the ante. Upping the 2 little guys to the point of literal insanity. They got into, they said, well, then that's it. Then we're playing chop poker. Chop poker. So what chop poker is 1 hand, 5 card stud. What's your best hand? I got 2 pair. All right. I got 3 of a kind. Ooh, doggy. What finger do you want to lose now? 1 hand of cards. What finger do you want to lose? That. Cut it off. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there's a doctor standing by. Shuffle them up, calm the pain, wrap it up, stop it from bleeding. Next hand. Lost another hand. Okay, that's 2 fingers. Which finger do you want to lose now? Chopped another finger off. Okay, wrap it up, doc's there, stabilize the pain. 3rd hand. Well, now the guy who just lost 2 fingers won the next hand. And he was like, hold on. I'll give you back one of your fingers so you don't take one of mine. He's like, no. It don't hurt that much. Which finger do you want to lose? So he cut one of his fingers off. And this went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Then the screen fades out and it fades back in to them with no arms. They had no legs. They're sitting in a hospital on the floor playing checkers with their nose. And they still could not settle each other. So my only question is this: what is the end game? Who has got to lose what? Because now we're playing for a much higher stakes. And I've said it, and I don't care what you think, but I'm telling you, if he wants to, get ready. I'm Covert Radio. You guys take care. Have a good day.